So what has happened essentially here is that, the Securities and Exchange Board of India has come out with a final order in the Adani Hindenburg case. So what this means is a big win for the, the conglomerate. But let's look at what has happened till now. In January 2023, a USA-based short seller, Hindenburg Research, came out with a report and made some severe allegations against the Adani Group. They said that the Adani Group has unsubstantial amount of, unsubstantially high amount of debts, and there are several other issues, and they are sitting on a, very precarious position in the market. Not only that, they also said that for several decades, the Adani Group entities have used foreign firms to sort of flout money to other Adani-related entities and had made allegations regarding related party transactions as well. Now, moving forward from there, in the month of February in the same year, Supreme Court saw an influx of public interest litigations where it was said that, the SEBI probe in the matter should be looked into, or an expert committee should be made, or the case should be transferred to CBI or an SIT. And there were several allegations made both against the group and the Securities and Exchange Board of India as a regulator. Coming on to the next month, that was in, May in the same year, we come to know that the Supreme Court had said that any of these allegations cannot be really relied upon, and it held SEBI's investigation up and said that what the regulator is doing seems to be completely right. Now, what has essentially happened now is that the Securities and Exchange Board of India has come out with a final order. That means there has been no penalty imposed on the Adani Group entities. There has been no violation that has been established. So it's sort of a clean chit for the, the Adani Group conglomerate. What had essentially led to loss of billions of rupees in revenue at one point of time and made investors lose a lot of money, so has somehow come out from the regulator as an act that could not be really established.
Well, absolutely, that could be established. Thank you so much for getting us all of those very important details. But tell you what, let's also get in a slew of opinions on this. And they, in fact, believe that it is an excellent development, a great boost coming in for the Adani Group to be cleared by the SEBI. And they emphasized also that this verdict sends a very clear message to the global markets that India is the destination to invest. In fact, let's go across and listen in to all of these opinions that I'm talking about.
After a very, very thorough scrutiny, SEBI has now come to a finality on this. And so therefore, it does send positive signals to the world market, to the investors, that look, India is a place where governance is not an issue, where the scrutiny is not an issue. Everything is scrutinized to the last possible dot. And if at all there are any issues, those issues are to be resolved. So therefore, yes, it sends positive signal. And to my mind, it's an excellent development which has happened, giving to the investors that India is a place where you need to invest.
This report, of course, we're still going through the specifics of it, but this will have massive, massive ramifications when it comes to all of the entire bouquet of Adani stocks. And I think this is the, this is the ultimate imprimatur of legitimacy that any corporation can hope to get. After all, SEBI is the premier organization to determine, issues of corporate governance, and to also determine if there was any weight or any meat in the allegations that the Hindenburg, group had been sort of peddling for as long as they had been doing it. Now, after the Supreme Court's, investigative committee, which also gave a clean chit, as you remember, it was headed by a former Supreme Court judge of unimpeachable integrity. And now, as you rightly point out, there's been an elongated investigation, a very thorough investigation that SEBI has conducted. I think it only speaks to the credibility of SEBI as the premier, agency to determine matters concerning securities and securities violations. And I think, if anything, this should give greater and greater confidence to both Indian and foreign investors. And I do sincerely hope that Indian investigating agencies will also try and get to the bottom of who those actors were, both within India and abroad, who were trying to destabilize the Adani Group and, via them, the Indian economy.
All right, then tell you what, let's keep it going with commentary there. In fact, we also caught up with Sandeep Parekh, the managing partner at FinSec Law Advisors as well. In fact, he's also said that the Supreme Court had also reached the same conclusion earlier. He said that SEBI clean chit to the Adani Group, in fact, has brought closure to a prolonged episode. and also adds that this resolution is expected to enhance market stability and predictability. Let's go across and listen in.
Yes, I think it's good news, and I think it was somewhat expected given that the Supreme Court appointed committee had also come to the same conclusion. So it would have anyway been pretty odd for SEBI to find something the opposite. But I think it's good for the markets that I think finally the entire episode is been put to rest. I think it'll be good for stability, predictability in the markets, and I hope it's kind of it gives a fillip to all the infrastructure work which the Adanis are doing.
All right, then moving